The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised.
Caution. You are now entering the all-consuming realm of Shay's Paranormal Chat, where the things that are better left unsaid are actually said.
Shut up and sit down.
You're listening to Shay's Paranormal Chat. Paranormal podcasting done Shay's way. Tons of fun.
Dude, seriously?
A bit sarcastic.
Hashtag investigator, not hunter.
But always real.
Hashtag data, not evidence.
Don't get your panties in a twist.
Oh my god, really?
This is real, raw conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Good evening, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Shay's Paranormal Chat, TGIF. As always, it is Friday, and we are so excited to be here, if you can't tell by my tone of my voice. Of course, we have the magnificent, the beautiful, the awesome Kelly McCarville.
Good Lord, woman.
I know. Well, I did it that one time, like a year ago, and ever since then, I have to do it every time because your face got so red the first time I did it.
Well, at least you're not telling everybody I'm magically delicious.
You are. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Oh, we'll have to tell that story sometime. We can tell
right?
it. We'll tell it again, but let's introduce our guest, and then we'll tell the story because the story is great. All right, I can't think of anything. We have the beautiful, the honest, the profound Rebecca Williamson.
Hi, thanks, Shay.
You're welcome. See, you know. I think it was sometime this summer I had a dream about Kelly, and she just kept saying, "You're magically delicious. You're magically delicious." So, like, now Lucky Charms is a reminder of Kelly, because it was the weirdest thing, I'm telling you. So.
Shay dreams really weird things, like really weird things.
Most of the time I have lucid dreams, so I can control my dreams. Like, I can rewind them and, like, change a color of a shirt and go forward and play them exactly the same way, except a different color shirt or a different word or different... Like, if I don't like the way something went, I'll just go back to where I didn't like it and start over. But this one, I had no control. It was just...
There you go.
Magically delicious.
Yeah, so it's been a running joke ever since.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta do.
Yeah.
What do we? I'm not even in chat yet. I said hello. I did say hello. I see some people, so I'm gonna say hello to some people. Of course, we have.
Hi. I can't see chat yet.
All right, I'll tell you. We have Darren Buss, of course. We have the awesomely amazing. I can't think of another A word. Mama Pat in the chat. The beautiful Kim Purvis. We have the awesome Tim. I can't say his last name. Sorry, Tim. Shoon? Tim Shoon? Is that how you say it? The awesome Tim Shoon. Sexy Tim Shoon. Shoon. There we go.
We're just going to make a game out of all this, aren't we?
I'm trying, you know. So if I missed you so far, I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to. Sometimes it only lets me go back so far, but I'm excited about tonight. Not really, but I'm going to lie because I'm the host, so.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. You know more than you think you know, Shay.
I know, but it wouldn't be me.
She always cracks me up when we do these shows, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know anything about this," and I want to call bullshit on her so often.
I know what it's.
Oh, I said it wrong. It's shown. Oops, sorry.
Shown. All right, I was close to. All right, sorry. Here we go.
I'm a horrible
Thank
person.
you
I'm
to
a
the
bad
sexy
friend.
Tim Schoen for showing up in chat, and the magnificent Matt Waddell.
Magnificent Matt.
There you go. See, pretty Mama Pat. See, that doesn't work because I say Mama. So
Marvelous, Mama Pat.
marvelous, yes. Actually, Shay didn't start drinking early tonight, surprisingly.
That's unfortunate.
Sometimes we exaggerate the happiness when you're feeling down. So, nothing but love.
right.
We love you, Tim. All right. So,
What are we talking about tonight?
we are
What
talking
doing?
about theory. The theory of
Theory
what
behind ghosts.
the theory of ghosts. Yeah, what ghosts
Right,
are.
and I think the theory is important because it explains how the paranormal equipment works. What are you
So-
trying to catch with your equipment?
Ghosts are fake. Show's done. No, can't go there.
Hey, she got me with the word theory because it's not like fact. She didn't say. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm in theory. I can do that.
We got this.
We got that.
Well, it's a theory because nobody's actually proven anything.
That's right.
yet.
That's my point.
We all have our own
You can't prove it.
theories, but the general theory is, ghosts are energy. It's energy, and most of our equipment that we're using is we're using to detect the energy of the ghost. The EMF is detecting the electrical energy
That we know of. That we think.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So like the EVPs is an electronic voice phenomenon. Again, it's electricity. It's,
Excuse me.
manipulating electricity and manipulating the current and stuff. So beyond the exact, is a ghost a person or, all that sort of stuff, ghosts are electrical energy and spirits. Electrical energy. So most of the equipment we use is finding electrical energy and is the spirits manipulating electrical energy.
True.
So Kelly is thinking.
I am, because as we're thinking about this, you kept saying ghosts, 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 and my brain goes to, but they're spirits. And then I'm like, is there an electrical difference? Is there an energy difference between a ghost and a spirit?
I don't think so. I think it registers the same. If anything registers on equipment, I think it registers the same. For me, it has basic, distinct definition differences, but...
And I know that's always kind of been Mama Pat's argument, too, is she's like, okay, so we say that the K2 meter is going off because there's a spirit near, but how do we know?
We
How
don't.
do we know that that's really what it's picking up?
Well, and you have to debunk that. You have to go through and okay, is it by my cell phone? Is it by the electrical outlet? Or
first of all, if your cell phone is not on airplane mode, yes, it's your cell phone.
Well, yeah, but even if you can't debunk it with anything else, how do we know it's a spirit?
We don't.
I mean, it's...
I go by the rule of 3. You have to have at least 2 things going on to be like, huh. Like, in the moment, if the K2 goes off, we'll go with it just in case. But you have to have at least 2 things going on to be like, that's interesting. And then 3 is like, okay, now you have my attention. To kind of back things up.
Right. So what would your 3 things be, Shay?
Any 3. Kelly's freezing again, so I'll just keep talking. Whether it's Spirit Box, EVP, whether it's K2, whether it's the SLS, whether, 3 things that gets my attention.
It's all electrical.
Yeah.
Everything you just described is all electrical. Yep. So it's all energy, and the spirits are manipulating that energy and using that energy.
Yep, I agree. But I never say evidence anyways. I never use the word evidence. Like, it's nothing concrete. It's always data. You're collecting information.
Right. Yeah, and I've been working on, since we talked last time, I've been working on trying to use data instead of evidence.
I think evidence is more of a popular word, and people understand it more than data. And a lot of people that use evidence actually mean data, but not always.
Right. I mean, it's an important distinction because you're collecting all kinds of stuff, but it's not necessarily evidence until you've gone through the review process and decided that it actually is evidence. So yeah, I agree with you there, Shay. That was a thought-provoking thing that you shared.
I have a very, Kelly's going to call in. I have a very unpopular opinion on certain things, and I understand that. Mama Pat and Darren, I see your questions. We'll get to them. I think we kind of answered Mama Pat's question without even knowing it, because nobody saw the question. And she said, no, different point I'm making. So we will... Oops, hold on. Here we go. I'm merging Kelly.
Kelly!
She's here. Here she goes. Hello, Miss Kelly. Maybe. Maybe not. All right. Well, Kelly tries to decide if it's going to work. It says she's in there. 2 out of 3. All right, hold on. Darren has a question. I'll let you answer while I try to figure out.
Okay.
He says, what is the theory of a K2? I was going to answer that, but go ahead while I try to figure out. Here she goes. Go ahead.
So K2 is detecting electrical energy. So it's just like the EMF detector. It's detecting electromagnetic frequency. It's just a more sensitive equipment than your EMF.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's detecting the electrical energy of a ghost or spirit.
Electromagnetic field, it picks up on the energy, the electricity, not the electricity, that's not the right word. She's trying, she keeps calling. Sorry, I am answering Kelly.
I see Mama Pat's first question. She says, we all know we get responses from the devices. What proof is there that the voices we get are actually communication with the person who is dead? I know not all of it is from radio waves, but why do we assume the voices are deceased persons? So, and that's a good question. And I think there's some debate on that too, because there are people that will tell you that we are not talking to the deceased persons, we're talking to demons, and not, when we're doing ghost hunts, that it's not really actually dead people we're talking to. So, yeah. But how do we know? That's a good question. I mean, I think part of it is just trusting the equipment and learning to trust the equipment, learning to figure out what the equipment is trying to tell you.
But how can you if it's all theory? You got to trust yourself and go with your gut.
Yeah. All right, Kelly, it's your turn.
You got to repeat the question. She didn't hear it.
Okay. So Mama Pat's question is, what is there that the voices we get are actually a dead person? We just assume they're dead people, or why do we assume they're dead people?
So I get where she's coming from, 100%. My thing for at least some of the devices that we use for the communication devices, and these are the reasons that I have always kind of supported Keith Weldon's applications, is because of the abilities that I have, I can hear them talking directly to me, and it'll either be coming through the box as well, or they'll start a sentence where I can hear it through my abilities, and it finishes it through the application. So for me, that's some proof that, yeah, this application or that device works, but how does it work?
As soon as she takes a breath, I'm jumping in.
Why is it that they're able to talk through that particular device? Why is it that they're able to... Why can they talk through that and they can't talk through my cell phone? You know, why is it that they can talk through this or that and not through something else? So I don't understand all of that, and I don't know that they know how to explain it to us either.
No, I don't. Who's to say they know how it works? All right, Mama Pat, this is why she's my hero. It could be our own energy we somehow are picking up on. Other dimensions, aliens, are all far-fetched, but no more to believe one thing than another. See, this is why I don't read on the air when it's long.
It could be our own energy we're somehow picking up another dimension, aliens. Yep. We all are far-fetched, but no more reason to believe one thing than another.
Yep. That's why I would say psychics and mediums, they're getting the information from somewhere. But how do we know they're getting them from, not psychics, but mediums? How do we know they're getting them from the dead? Psychics don't get their information from the dead, but they know the information somehow. Yeah. So is the medium picking up what that person wants to hear? I mean, it's in some cases.
Oh, trust me, that is not the case.
No,
there's a lot of times that I'm picking up information that they absolutely
but that's what I'm saying. But we don't know exactly how it works. Like,
right?
Is that part of your brain? I always go back to this. I know, I'm sorry. People roll their eyes at me. Maybe that part of your brain works that other people's doesn't. You're getting the information somewhere, but we can't prove where. It could be fucking God, for all we know, beaming it down. Who knows? But I'm just saying, like, there's no proof of any of it.
Well, and I will tell you that for most of the messages that I receive, unless I'm doing a medium reading where I'm connected directly to a spirit, it's not that it's Uncle Bob that's passing along information to me. It's an energy that is giving me that information, whether you want to call it God or spirit or whatever you want to call it. I'm not talking to an individual. I'm getting information from energy.
Yeah. But where's the energy come from? That's the question. Same thing as ghosts.
Satan.
Well, you know, okay.
I've heard that before.
Hey, no reason to bring my ex into this.
Matt's in the room.
Oh, I didn't mean that one. Obviously, we're still friends, so he's not Satan.
Well, and that's the thing is, and I've had that question kind of posed to me before, because they're like, well, you're doing the devil's work. How do you know that information that you're getting isn't coming from some evil source and that the work you're doing is not evil? And I'm like, you know what? If what I'm doing is evil, if the messages that I've been able to pass or the guidance that I've been able to offer is evil, then I guess sign me up. I'm going to keep doing the devil's work.
Right?
Because I was going to.
You don't believe in the devil, do you?
Please don't. No, I don't.
You don't believe in God. If you don't believe in God, you can't believe in the devil.
Yeah. And don't take this statistical as it sounds, because that's not where I'm coming from. But I've seen that I've helped people, and I.
So what does it matter where the information's coming from? You're helping people.
Yeah.
Right. I agree. Because I mean, I think it's coming from a good place and not a bad place. I mean, you're not out there trying to hurt people.
Her in particular, we can't talk about all mediums that way, but yeah, we'll say that about Kelly.
But yeah, if you're coming from a good place, then I don't seem to think that it would be evil or that sort of thing. And I mean, if you look in the Bible, there are plenty of pastors and stuff that are channeling messages from God. So you should say yours isn't from Big G.
Yeah.
I throw everything out there because we don't know it's like, how do you know when spaghetti's done? It sticks to the wall. So one of these times we'll throw something on the wall and it will stick and we'll be able to prove it. Until then, I'm open for
I love you.
I'm open for most suggestions. I believe that we are communicating with deceased people. How? Why? I don't know. Wishful thinking? Maybe.
And it's hard because even with as much as I know about how we can communicate with spirits and or higher power, it throws me a little bit when somebody's like, "Oh, I'm talking to an archangel." Are you really?
That,
you know, I mean, it's just like,
they start throwing that out. You're always like,
I've never directly talked to a dead person either, so I don't want to throw it out there. But yeah, it's like when somebody says they have orbs in pictures, you kind of scratch your head. I want to throw out a few more shout outs. We have Allison. Thank you for joining us, Allison. I saw Fred jump in there. I'm trying to get better, so I make Kelly read all of these at the end. All right, I think those are the two I missed, so I just want to say hi. I know it's hard for Fred and Allison both to make the show, so thank you for coming in, guys. I appreciate it. So, since we're on theories, everybody know, 50% of the people I know I have a very strong feeling on the difference between ghosts and spirits, but what are you guys' opinions? Do you think there's a difference? Because I do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't remember if Kelly and I agree or don't agree.
Yeah, I think we all agree, if I'm remembering correctly.
Used interchangeably a lot, but yeah, if you want to be like, strict definition, I would say that ghost is a departed person, and then a spirit would be something that wasn't a person.
No, see,
we don't agree.
See, I think an angel was never a person, but I think ghosts are something that's kind of here that hasn't crossed over to wherever yet. But is here where a spirit kind of has gone to whatever it is you believe and can come back.
How the hell did I think we were all on the same page?
Yeah, none of us are.
No.
I don't think we're too far off. It's not like we're fist fighting here.
No. That's why I like you, ladies.
So. Camera. You wait till I see you again, Rebecca. It's going down.
Oh, mud fight. Jello. Mama Pat, buy lots of Jello.
So in my theory, a ghost is a residual spirit. It's not an intelligent spirit. So it's more of a movie. It's not the person themselves.
See, I don't consider that a ghost or spirit.
It's a memory. That's a ghost. A spirit is actually somebody who can interact with you. But keep in mind, guys, I don't believe in this whole crossing over bullcrap. So ghost or spirit to me doesn't make a difference because they're not stuck. They're exactly where they want to be for the most part.
That's why I said I don't want to say stuck, but they're here.
They're here, and they're here because they want to be for the most part. Are there some that are necessarily where they want to be? Well, there's a lot of people who aren't where they want to be because they haven't figured out how to use their own free will and change that. But one of you guys had said something about an angel has never been a human, and a while ago I would have agreed with you on that, but from what the spirits have explained to me, an angel actually is part of the soul evolution. So you go through your human experiences, and then you become a spirit guide, and then you become an angel, and then you become an archangel, and then you become part of the collective. And those are terms that I'm going to put on there because I don't know that I believe in angels and archangels, but I believe there's like
Do you think archangels were ever human?
From what they explained to me, yeah.
But a demon is a fallen angel. So how if a demon has never been human, how can an angel be human? Here comes my Catholic roots. Anyways, let's move on. But I just
now you understand why I have such a hard time believing in demons.
Yeah, but a spirit guide is different. Yeah, but I believe
a spirit, but even a spirit guide, they tell me they don't really remember their human experiences. At
Kelly,
that point,
Mama Pat and Fred want to know if you can make Jell-O.
You guys are mean.
Just add a little vodka. It'll be good.
No, I cannot make Jell-O. I don't know why, but it either doesn't set or it turns out like a rock. So leave me alone, guys.
I can't make mac and cheese. Mac and cheese either ends up being soup or dry, and it's just it's. I can't make mac and cheese. So
mac and cheese is the best. The soupier, the better, though.
Well, when it's runny and it drips, they kind of.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't make mac. There's a lot of things I can't cook, so.
This is a true story. There's a lot of things I can't cook. Yeah. But you would
All right.
Jell-O.
Is it the list of what you can cook shorter?
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, all right.
Much.
I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, much shorter. And most of it doesn't involve turning on the stove or the oven.
Oh boy.
Anywho.
So yeah, I think back to the spirit versus ghost thing. I would say that I'm classifying all that stuff as ghost, but I think that's just semantics, though.
Well, and what you said at the beginning is so true. I mean, people use the words interchangeably, kind of like ghost hunter. You know, I hate that term, but yet
now
everybody
these days,
knows what that means. You know, paranormal investigator. It's a lot of syllables, first off, but second off, everybody just goes with ghost hunters. You know, well, does that mean that you're only out there hunting the residual energy? No, it's a term. But I don't know. That's just always what I thought. Is a ghost isn't one that you can interact with. It a spirit is.
Yeah, I consider. Residual energy is different than a ghost to me. Like, energy is an imprint of something that's already happened, where a ghost, in my opinion, again, here's my religious coming into my belief, a ghost is more of, used to have a human soul, and it was actually, was that a person I saw in the window? Sorry. Was this somebody in the room with you, Rebecca?
Yeah, I just had a herd of girls run through.
All right, I thought so. I was like, whoa.
A herd of girls.
I'm making like little pantomime motions to him over there, so yeah.
Sorry, I forget what I was even saying now, but I thought I saw the reflection in the window of a girl, and I couldn't, like, everybody makes fun of my ghost daughter in the mirror there, but I was
so
pretty sure.
You guys can't see Shay, but when we're doing these shows like this, we're on Skype, so Shay and I and our guests can actually see each other through it. So Shay's got her camera set up where right over her shoulder there's a mirror, and across the room from the mirror there's this black and white photo, so it looks like there's a ghost hovering over her, a spirit, whatever you want to call it, hovering over her shoulder the entire time. And the first time it was there, the first time she had her camera angled like this, I spent probably the first half of the show like trying to figure out what the hell
I think
was
Rebecca
over her
and
shoulder.
Holly said it the first night that I did it. Mind you, the mirror is almost the size of the couch.
Oh, good gosh.
And
it's a big mirror.
And the picture of Caitlin, who is that black and white picture, is half the size of the couch, but portrait-wise. So it really looks like somebody is standing there.
Like a full-grown person.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, anyways, we have strayed.
We have. Rebecca knows what she's getting into on this show.
Oh, yeah, I know. I showed Kelly I'm drinking out of a mystic cup. Isn't that cool?
I love that.
We gotta write moon spinner on the bottom. AL mystical moon spinner.
Then I'll have to steal it from her, and
no,
she
just
won't be
tease
my
her.
friend anymore.
Just tease her.
So anyway, back to our topic. One of the best explanations I heard for a residual haunting was like an older building, you have people walking back and forth across the building, and they're leaving energy behind them. And so the more times that they walk over the space, the more energy that they've left there. And so the residual haunting is the echo of that energy that's been left behind.
All right, I've asked this on many, many shows. I got asked it on a show a long time ago. Don't remember who, where, and I'm sorry. I'm not trying to steal it, but I ask it whenever somebody brings up residual hauntings. What do you think it is possible? All right, so let's agree that for residual energy in a ghost is two different things for this purpose. At least let's agree on that for this purpose.
Yeah.
All right.
Throwing me for a loop, but I'll try.
All right. The residual energy is something that already happened, that just happens over and over, like a record player, like a movie, over and over. You can't interact with it. You can't do anything, right? It just happens over and over and over again because, for whatever reason, that person liked the spot, spent a lot of time there, whatever. Do you think it's possible for that soul to actually haunt that location at the same time? Like the ghost, quote unquote. Like, so you have the residual energy walking up and down the bald field over and over, and the person coming to visit that can actually interact with you at the same time.
I think that could be possible.
I don't know why it wouldn't be, based on our theory of residual haunting being an energy that's left over. So
I've only heard one person ever say it's happened to them. So
well, I'm thinking about Cambrian, all the bumps and stuff that we have going on out there, all the footsteps and things, and then I've got the interactive spirits stuff, and those two are just completely different things, but at the same time they're also the same thing, because the footsteps and walking around is their echo from being there.
Just
how weird would that be? So think about that. How weird would that be to be a spirit walking through your house and all of a sudden, poof, there you see yourself walk in front of you? It'd be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, it would be really scary.
I mean, if you were at that place enough to leave that imprint, maybe it's a place you're going to go back and visit.
Yeah.
I don't know. The theory of phantom smells. The only theory of phantom smells I can think of is old wood holds can hold smells, and if they heat up it can release, but I know people say they can smell their grandmothers, and I've never experienced that, so I can't speak on it.
And I could see that. I mean, we've been in places before where we'll smell like a perfume, or we'll smell cigars, or we'll smell something that there's not a logical reason for it to be there.
But do you have to have extra sensory?
Not necessarily. I think you just have to have a nose.
Because I've never experienced it.
Oh, you haven't?
Nope.
I've definitely experienced it. Like there's a smell of cinnamon every once in a while that I'll get out of the farm, and that I think is my grandmother. She doesn't really interact very often, but every once in a while I get that hint of cinnamon, because she used to have cinnamon a lot out there when she did the craft shows and stuff. So yeah, but as to the theory of, why ghosts can bring out that smell, I don't know that I've actually heard a theory on that. But I know it definitely happens. Because, walking around the Mason house, they have like a different smell for each ghost.
Mm-hmm.
But why would a smell linger after death?
I don't know that it's necessarily that the smell is lingering after death. It's the spirit's way of using their energy to do what they need to do to make you know that they're there. So
say, hi, Susan, it's me, Betsy.
but sometimes they
communicating that they're there, like, okay, here, smell this perfume, you'll know it's me.
Like, is it them taking on that body? Like, if you see them in that certain dress they wanted, even though that's not what they died in, not what they buried in, but it's what they're choosing to show you? Is it the same? That's what they're choosing?
It's kind of that same, it's kind of that same theory, that's how they're choosing to get in touch with you. Or it's something that they know you're going to relate to their energy. So, for example, Mama Pat, where she usually sits in her living room, she's got my grandma's grandfather clock behind her. My grandma loved that clock. And it doesn't even work anymore, but we still have it there because it was grandma's. And we'll be on the phone talking or something, and it'll be something that grandma would have chimed in, and that clock will make noise. Now, remember, I said it doesn't run, but it'll make noise. And why? Because it's grandma's, and we know darn well that that's her chiming in, you know? Now, would it be easier if grandma just said, hey, guys, this is what I think? Well, yeah, but she doesn't for whatever reason.
So, Darren, I see a question too, but Mama Pat says, maybe a scent is easier to communicate than a more direct communication.
Right, like maybe the spirit just can't manifest, but the scent is easier for them to do. It's a thought.
It's a possibility, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's something they choose or it's accidental or. See, that's why when I talk about this stuff, it just leads me to more questions. Like, is it?
Well, yeah.
Are they remembering a certain day where they wore that perfume and it just illuminates off of them and we can smell it? Illuminate's not the right word. That's sight, but you know what I mean. Or is it something on purpose? Like, that's why I said I love talking about this stuff, but I'm not very exciting because I have more questions than I have answers.
I think it's interesting to talk about, though, because it just...
I think it's important.
Yeah, right, because it makes knowing what you're using the equipment for make more sense. Like,
right.
I'm using the equipment to try and find the energy that the spirit has there, so... To me, it helps make things more sense, but there's no firm answers, so we can sit and debate about it all night long.
Yeah, I agree, Mama Pat. Yeah, in certain cases, I do agree that sometimes a shadow is easier to see. That's how they're not fully a full body apparition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because it is definitely, you got to take into account the amount of energy that it takes for them to do any of this. So, for us to just sense their energy, that's one level. But for them to move something is an entirely different. And for them to full body apparate to us, that's a whole nother thing. And it's.
She said apparate for those listening, not full body apparition. It's just,
I'm sorry, Harry Potter. They apparate.
Yep.
I love it.
I caught it. I just had to point it out. Sorry.
You guys knew what I meant, damn it. I watched too much Harry Potter. It's not my fault.
All right, Caitlin.
Harry Potter's the best.
I know she
loves it. Is it possible to watch too much Harry Potter? I don't know.
It is.
Sure.
It is.
It truly is not. Nope.
How many kids have I had and they all went through the different phases? It is.
So do you think that they're taking the scent and pulling different pieces of the scent out of the air and then clumping all the scent together and then releasing it to you? Or do you think they're taking a pocket of scent from a different location, a different timeline, and throwing it at you? Or random thoughts?
I that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Is it something if they feel it enough, if they, this kind of goes to a disembodied voice, as Darren was asking, the theory of disembodied voice. What if they think it enough or feel it enough? Will it come out as a smell if they have a certain memory of that place, what they were wearing? Will it come out in a smell? Will it come out if they use enough energy and they yell loud enough? Can we hear them? Or do we just get it by chance? What is your? I have to walk away for a second, Kel.
Yeah.
But Darren also wants to know, in case you missed it, answer what you're going to answer. But then he also wants. Hi, Mama. Happy birthday, Mama.
Happy birthday, Mama Deb.
He wants to know what your theory on disembodied voices are. But
Yeah.
I will be right back. Sorry, guys.
See, now she talked too much and I forget what the original question was.
The scent and the sound. Go ahead.
Disembodied voices. Yeah. Theory of disembodied voices.
There was something before that, though, that we were talking about that I was going to answer, and now I don't remember. I don't remember. We'll have to move on to disembodied voices because my brain sucks and I can't remember what it was. So, I do remember what it was, and it has to do kind of with disembodied voices. I think a lot of times what happens is the spirits, they don't necessarily even mean to interact with us. It just kind of happens, and it's almost like it's by accident. Because you have to think they're there just, I don't know what to say other than living their lives. They're there too, doing their things, going from room to room, doing whatever it is they want to do. And I think sometimes as much as they take us by surprise, we take them by surprise too. And we'll come, I've seen them when I turn a corner and they're standing there in front of me and we both get this, whoa, look on their face. And all I can ever think is that commercial with the M&Ms. He is real. They are real,
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think you're exactly right that there a lot of times they're not even trying to communicate. They're just going about doing their own thing and not thinking that we see them or hear them or, don't realize how the equipment might be picking up on what they're doing. And so they get so they're just doing their thing.
Yeah. So I don't think that it's always going to, I think sometimes when we see them or sometimes when we smell them, it may not even be anything purposeful. It just happened. Or when we hear them, those disembodied voices, sometimes they're trying to talk to us, but other times I think it's just, oh, hey, guess what? We heard them.
Do you think the disembodied voices sometimes are residual?
I think they can be, yeah. I don't know why they would be any less likely to be a residual thing than a apparition would be. I about said apparate again.
Harry Potter over there.
Oh my gosh, Harry Potter's best. Absolutely the best. What do you think, though? What do you think when you hear a disembodied voice? Do you think it's most often intentional, or is it just one of those accidents?
I think it's like a combination of both. I think some of it's the noise, just the residual energy of the sound, and then some of it is definitely them trying to communicate. And I think I see the communication part being kind of like manifesting an apparition, that sometimes it's easier to communicate that way and sometimes it's harder, doing the disembodied voice would be like the high level of a full body apparition.
Right. Yeah. And Mama Pat was saying basically what I was just saying too. She says, I've always felt like the guy in our old dining room used to see us and watch, thinking to himself, who the heck are these people and what are they doing in my house? And that is 100% the feeling that we'd get. We'd walk through the dining room and it'd be like, whoa, we just walked through a stranger's house and they want to know what the hell we're here for,
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's definitely spirits that think like that think that we're the ghosts.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that I refer to it quite a bit, but that movie with Nicole Kidman, The Others, that's exactly what it was. I don't want to ruin the movie for anybody, but yeah, it was, they think we're the ghost. They see us as the spirit. They see us moving things and wondering, why is this door always closed when I always leave it open? Well, that's because the fleshies are closing it. You just don't know we're here.
The fleshies.
Right.
The fleshies. Yeah. Fleshies are awesome. Or non-fleshies actually are awesomer, but.
I'm sorry I'm missing half the chat, guys. But I'm trying to keep up, but.
You're right. I'm trying to watch too.
Yeah, between us, we usually get most of it. Where were you guys? When did I interrupt?
We were talking about. We were talking about when you stepped away, just how sometimes I think we take the spirits by surprise, just like they surprise us.
Yeah.
Because I was saying that sometimes sometimes I'll turn a corner at a location and they're standing there in front of me and they get the same look I must have on my face, like, oh, there's a person right there, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think they always mean to interact with us. Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah, I think so too. Again, with residual energy, it's just repeating itself. Mm-hmm. So who's to say that intelligent activity isn't the same? Like, I think sometimes when you get scratched or hurt, they've been who's to say they haven't been trying to touch you? You keep saying, touch me, touch me, touch me. So they're trying to touch you for an hour, and finally they just,
haul off and smack you a good one and hope it connects.
Yeah,
and that's the time
it does.
And,
and then you're like, oh my God, it's a demon. No, that doesn't mean it's a demon.
It just finally touched you where you feel it. Finally touched strong enough for you to actually feel it,
That's just happened to be they connected.
Well, and that's, and that's kind of the whole thing is, I mean, how many of us has ever reached out and kind of meant to tap somebody on the, kind of give somebody a little smack on the arm, and we connect really hard, and it's like, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that hard,
I've used that in court a couple times. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding.
Or is she?
No, really, I am. I just don't think. I think you encounter evil 1 in 4 million times. I'm just picking a number just to make a point here. Yeah. I think most of it's misunderstood. Because let me tell you, when I die and come back and haunt you bitches, you're going to think I am a demon.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do my very, very best to make sure you think I'm a demon.
Oh, yeah. I have 5 people on my list that are definitely going to think I'm a demon. And then I have, me and my sister Nicole have code words that are only her and I know. So if it comes over some kind of box or you get some kind of message with this wicked, weird word that shouldn't come over anything, you'll know. So.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see. And now we'll be watching, Shay.
Yeah.
Because, isn't it Houdini that had the series of code words that he was supposed to pass on to his wife and he never actually did?
Oh, I didn't know that, did he? I got it from, Stranger Danger, like, when a parent came to pick you up. When a parent sent a stranger to pick you up, and if somebody said, get in the car. I grew up in Massachusetts, so that was a big thing. You had a code word. If somebody said, get in the car, your mother was in a bad car accident, and you say, what's the password? And if they don't say it within 2 seconds, you run.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we all have a password. I remember that. But Harry Houdini, before he died, he had he was really interested in that sort of thing, and he had code words that he had for his wife. He's like, if I die, and I come back and try and communicate with you through a medium, these are the words I will use. Yep. And it never actually happened.
But a negative can't prove a positive. Just because something didn't happen can't prove.
Right. She never actually shared what the words were.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah, she never actually shared what the words were. So nobody knows for sure what that Harry Houdini code words are. That, and, they didn't have the equipment like that we use today. They didn't have that spirit box and that sort of stuff.
I'm sure there's a million people out there, though, who say they do know what those words are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I am sure. And I know that there were a lot of mediums in the day who said, oh, I bet the words are blah, 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 blah. And she always said no. So whether she actually was truthfully saying no or not, I don't know.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Christopher says a heavy smoker may seem like an evil spirit speaking. True. Something raspy.
Yeah.
A lot of people do judge things on how creepy it sounds. They really do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. They think that spirit box sounds like way creepy and it freaks them out.
Yep.
Well, that's
no matter what it's saying.
Spirit boxes are weird. I don't know how they don't mess with people that'll.
It doesn't.
Make it stop.
It took me a long time to get used to it.
I can't. It makes me feel like the room is spinning.
I only do 10 minutes at a. Well, when I do I use them with earbuds sometimes, and I make sure I keep it to like 10 minutes at a time because it's bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Who knows?
I was making fun of her, but
I know a lot of people use them, but I just.
Yep. I saw another question in here, something about astral projection.
Darren asked what our theory was on astral projection, and I think it is projecting your energy to different locations. Now,
sorry, I just read Mama. I didn't mean to interrupt. Mama's pads. So Houdini's out there screaming the words now, and nobody knows. Yeah, probably.
There's a creepy door sound.
If he's really trying to do it, can you imagine how frustrated he must be right now that he's out there just screaming? These are the words I said.
I know. And then the idea that she never actually wrote them down for anybody to know. Sure. But then again, if she wrote them down, then there'd be all kinds of crazy people saying, oh, yeah.
That's probably why she... It looked like something just ran behind me. That's funny. Anyways... That is exactly what would happen. If she had said it, a lot of people would be... You're both, like, looking off. Like, I'm here, guys! Look at me! Please!
Look at me!
This is my 1 hour of fame. Please. No, I'm sorry. I don't understand what that means, Darren.
She just totally lost her train of thought there.
No, I was just saying that there would be crazies out there saying.
Darren, what did Darren say to?
He says he likes to keep the spirit box in reverb, so.
I missed some of it.
I gotcha.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Rebecca. Somebody's with it.
Darren.
Yeah, I don't like the echo feature on any of them either. It just weirds me out. I don't know.
Do spirit boxes have reverb, or is that a phone app thing?
It's probably the apps. I don't know if the spirit boxes do or not.
Yeah,
I don't know if the spirit boxes
do
because I can't use them because they make me sick. So can't really answer to that.
No, like regular spirit boxes, you just turn on and
then it pulls random words off of radio stations.
Yeah. Hey, I do have to say, Rebecca, I was more well behaved this time.
Rebecca was misbehaved?
No, I was. No, me.
I thought you said. I thought exactly what Kelly said, that I was more well behaved this time because apparently last time I was too wild.
No,
I was going to say she was misbehaving and I missed it. Damn it!
No. I was going to think, oh my gosh, what did I do last time?
Oh my god, I just remembered I never answered your message last night, Rebecca. I'm so sorry. I said I'll be back in a minute, and I never answered you.
I'll be back in a minute. Later.
That's not like me. I usually answer messages right away. Ugh.
You were apparently busy last night. It's okay, Shay. It's okay.
You know what I was doing? And somebody better give me a fucking applause here because I deserve it. I'm working on the website. Me.
Go, Shay.
I'm updating the website. Like, that's amazing. I'll need some help.
I'm updating the website and nope, that was it. Just that she was updating the website.
Have you ever done a website? That's hard.
I have. They suck. I freaking hate it.
I can barely work Facebook.
Hate it.
I am not that smart.
Yeah, no, I hate it.
I've never done anything like that. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually pay somebody to update my website. It's worth every penny.
I'm gonna pay myself.
I just can't. fighting the computer and yelling at it, and it goes downhill rather quickly. And anything I have to do on the computer is just
I started working on it, messing with it last night, and then after the day I had, I think it was like 6 something. Finally, I told Kelly, I'm like, fuck it. I know we have a show, but I'm opening a beer. She's like, you deserve it. That's all.
Yep.
That's all we'll say about that. But
Yep.
So.
Well, Mercury is in retrograde, so anyway.
How glasses of wine with that shit? All right, Darren, how many glasses of wine have you had? Because Darren just said, how glasses of wine with that, Shay?
Blah, blah. All right, so let me ask a theory question for
All
you.
right.
Why, when you're out on location, do you think that spirits choose to interact more with one person or interact with different people in different ways?
Say that again? Sorry, wait a minute. What? I was texting.
So when you're out, pay attention, Shay.
I was answering the chat. Sorry.
When you're out on location investigating, why do you think a spirit chooses to interact in a certain way and or with a certain person?
Whoa. That's a good question.
So I think sometimes it's because they have more of affinity with a person, like they connect better with some people versus others. Like the little girl at the farm, I think she is attracted to mother types. If I have a mother on a ghost tour, that the little girl Eglantine seems to interact with that person. She will be like the cold spot that usually is associated with Eglantine will be with the mother on the group, and like divining rod sessions, like that's the person when the mom picks up the divining rods, she gets all kinds of answers from Eglantine, and it just seems
she
like
loves the pendulums.
She loves the pendulums, and yeah, she just seems to be like attracted to mom. If there's a mom, she's with mom. So yeah, I just think that they sometimes have like an affinity for different people. Like there's, they feel more comfortable with that one person than another. What do you think, Shay?
I have many theories. Again, I talk in circles when I answer questions because I bring, I don't know. I don't know if it has to do with the weather, if it has to do with the location, if it has to do with the person, if it has to do with the medium, if it has to do with that looks good. Anyways, if it has to do with what they can actually do at that moment, I see. This is why I said I have no. This is why I'm a boring guest.
You're not a boring guest.
Like seriously, like is it? If there's an electrical storm outside, does that affect their energy and they have more energy and they get through more? Or if they feel that connection to that person, or if they're in the mood to talk, can they get more information out? Can they make electronics go off more? I have no theories. That I keep an open mind.
You have to think that their energy can fluctuate just like our energy could, wouldn't you think? I mean, so there's going to be days that they feel stronger or weaker, or their emotions get fired up, and so they can do more things, If
they're on their period, oh my God, that's when they scratch you?
Oh, that's just wrong. If you're dead and still have to suffer through a period,
we're women. We're women. That's going to happen. Let me tell you.
I don't have to deal with mine. Haven't for a long time, so.
Well, let's hope not. I'm kind of hoping that when I get to that point, I don't have to deal with that anymore.
If this is true that you're dead and you still have to deal with like your period and cramps and all the woman bullshit, heaven is not real.
We're gonna die and still have ghost jobs.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Everybody has to do their part. You're in charge of scratching today. You're in charge of disembodied voices. You're in charge of rattling chains. Everybody has their spot.
But I don't want to rattle chains today, Shay.
Oh,
no, that's your job, Kelly. You have to rattle the chains today. Yep. That is your job today.
Yep.
See, now you're going to make me stomp down the hallway and people are going to hear that.
You know? How do we know that's not how it works? Like, everybody's... I don't think so, but, you know, it's fun to talk about.
You never know. It's a theory. It's a theory. That's Shay's theory now.
Yeah, you know what? I'll have hate mail saying that I was serious on that.
I think sometimes, too, like, they choose to who they want to interact with based on, you know, their personality. Like some of the older guys ghosts, you know, they just won't interact with a female. And vice versa. Some of the female ghosts will not interact with the male. We had a find session where it was like ghost tour. I had like 4 different couples. And so they're all seeing a guy girl. So that we're passing the divining rods around the circle, and every time the girl gets them, divining rod does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Would not move. Nothing. Guy gets it, cross. Yes, no, yes, no. I mean, like, boom, boom, boom. Pass it off to the girl. Nothing. Pass it off to the guy. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. It was amazing. It was just like went through the whole circle that way.
I've never used them, dowsing rods. Not on purpose. I've just never used them.
Yeah, you know, I go back and forth on them because I know I can move them, you know, and I think that's part of my issue with them.
Yeah,
I've seen other people use them where, I mean, there's 3 people using them and they're reacting exactly the same way. So those are the things that are hard to say.
So if you use them, do you suggest my 3 rule? My 3-thing rule?
Yeah, I usually typically use divining rod and K2 together. Divining rod, K2. I don't know what my 3rd would be, but yeah, I usually.
Mine is never a 3rd. It's a collectiveness of disembodied voice, K2, some kind of meter, some kind of EMF, anything like. If there's 3, then I'm like, okay, this is enough to really take note. 2, you make note of. 1 I go along with, but 2, I'm like, okay. 3, it's like, okay, keep track of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the more devices that you can get working all at the same time, the more validity you're going to have for all of it, that there's really, truly something going on there.
But it's always like scattered. They never, like, imagine having 10 devices all go off at the same time. Nobody would know what to do. Somebody would shit.
No. Something. Yeah, I was going to say, we'd all be going around going, oh my gosh, did you see that? Holy cow.
Do you guys think they can pick and choose what devices they set off?
I don't see why not. They pick and choose who they want to talk to.
Do you think it's by going close to him, or do you think they can actually choose to set him off?
I'm going to choose which toys I want to play with.
I know you will.
Everybody has their things that they like. Everybody has their things that they're drawn to.
Noises, color, static, radio.
I mean,
I'll be coming over to Spirit Box because I like to bitch. So it'll be my mouth. Blah, 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 blah. I know I sound funny, but I'm half serious.
I think, like, when I'm doing the ghost tours, I like to use the divining rods because usually people are skeptical about stuff working. So if I give them the divining rods and they're expecting them not to work, and they do, then it kind of helps validate to them that something is actually going on.
Do you use the ghost meter?
Yeah, I have one. I've used it. Usually I use that to demonstrate how to set it off, how to make it work. Like static electricity, if you rub it on your arm, the static electricity will make the ghost meter go off.
What ghost meter are you guys talking about?
The orange one. You can see it in my videos.
Gotcha.
It is my favorite device. If somebody asks me, and the reason why is because it never goes off.
Yeah, as you say, you have to really be trying to get that thing to go off.
5 years of doing this in a week. It'll be 5 years. I've been doing this. It's gone off 3 times.
Yeah. Actually, I've got 2 stories about the ghost meter going off. The first one, we had it laying on the table, and all of a sudden it started going off, and we were all freaking the freak out, going, "Oh my gosh, it's going off! It's going off!" And we realized that it was laying beside the refrigerator, and the refrigerator had kicked on.
Yeah.
I'll just go, oh yeah.
Yep.
And then the other time it actually did it was the time that Kelly had been out and said that there was a little boy there. I had another medium, Jamie. Jamie had been out and said there was a little boy out there at Cambria, and I kept saying, I don't have any clue what you're talking about a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've got a little boy. And so I'm getting ready for ghost tours, and I'm buffing up on my Cambria family history, and I found him, and I was so excited because I'm like, wait, little boy, here he is. And he's 9, and the Eglantine was 9, and he's a twin, and Eglantine's a twin, and she's
That's
like,
why I was so confused. Yeah.
I know. And it was just like, there's so many coincidences, and I'm like, holy cow, this is really him. And my sister was with me, and I turned and looked at her, and I said, I found him. And she's like, what, really? And I said, yeah. And she's like, well, what's his name? And I said his name. I said, Lewis. And that ghost meter was off. It turned on by itself and then beeped for a solid minute. I mean, because you turn it on, it beeps a little bit. This thing, it turned on.
Oh, no, yeah.
And beeped for a solid minute. It was like, holy cow. Yes, okay. That is confirmation. His name is Lewis, and that I did find him. So.
What's your second story? Because I have a fucking, sorry. It's my show. I don't have to be sorry.
Two stories. That was the 2 stories. One was the refrigerator. One was Lewis.
Oh, all right. I thought they were the same one.
Mom had one like that, though, where we were at the Mason house, and she had a recorder that was in her pocket, and it would just randomly turn on and off. And one of the best EVP that we have ever caught. It is pure Class A EVP. She caught it one of the times that it randomly turned itself on. It ran for about 20 seconds and shut itself right back off. So it's like, but it's clear as can be. You can hear us talking a little bit ahead of time, and then you hear just like I'm saying it, oh my God. And then you can hear us continuing to talk, but we didn't respond to this oh my God, which we would have obviously if we'd heard it, but it was crazy.
Here is
having that ghost meter turn on by itself was just like,
well, that's what made me. That's why I got confused on how many stories. Leaving Westboro State Asylum, right before it was torn down, Nicole and I were driving home, and it's a lot of it's on video, not all. The equipment in the bag started going off as we're driving home. We got halfway home, and all of a sudden the equipment started going off. So we're thinking like a bump turned on something, but then we realized it's multiple things. And all of a sudden the wipers start going on and off, and the wipers aren't on. She can't get them off. So we grab the bag and we get the ghost meter, and the ghost meter's off, and it's going nonstop. Like, you can watch the video nonstop. So we shut it off, and it's still doing the same, still lighting up, and I'm like, is it the battery? But no, it just kept going off, and we got EVPs on the ride home. It was the craziest thing. That's one of the 3 times it's gone off in 5 years.
Wow. Yeah. I agree. When that thing goes off, that was, like I said, when Lewis turned the thing on, that was just like phenomenal because it was sitting like right in front of me when it turned itself on. Just crazy.
Yep.
He was finally like, oh my gosh, they're finally talking about me.
And we figured it out because all the times before that I kept saying, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a boy. And then I do have a boy.
I'm like, he's 9. Well, yeah, she's a girl. He's a twin. Yeah, it's a girl. I'm like, no, it's a boy. Damn it, woman, I know what I'm saying.
You were right.
All right, so one more question.
An awful lot of coincidences, though. I mean, it was weirdly the same. Anyway, sorry.
Sorry, I stopped talking.
Go ahead.
Darren had a question, and I said I'd get back to it.
Astral projection?
No.
No.
All right, this is...
You guys think your career path, and what would you be doing otherwise?
First of all, we all have other This is not a career.
Career path.
In order for it to be a career, you have to make money.
Yeah, right.
I am in retail.
Off of this.
I've always been in retail and restaurant management.
I am a cost analyst in a multi.
Yeah, I carry mail by day. So that's my day job is carrying mail. But as far as paranormal stuff, I've always been into that.
But you make, I don't. Yeah, this is like 24 hours a day now, but still not a career.
I most definitely still have a muggle job. I'm a cost analyst at a multi-billion-dollar aero defense company working on government contracts. So, this is what spends all of that hard-earned cash is my paranormal career.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Right? I am hemorrhaging money for this career of mine.
I'm hemorrhaging feelings.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, every month I lose more and more of myself. I know that's sad, but it's also true. Like, people are surprising me left and right. I'm telling you. I can keep going. I just stopped. They stopped. Like, I don't know what to say. Is she gonna keep going? No, I just mean, like, people in the field, they just surprise me. Either they're like so narcissistic, or they're so gullible, or so, like, it's somewhere in between, guys. Like, nobody knows everything, and we all know something. So, like, don't hate on people for, you know, like if somebody puts up a picture, what is this? Don't hate on them. They're asking a question.
Well, yeah, that's how we learn.
Yeah.
You know, and some of them, like, especially some of the orb stuff, I'm like, I don't know. I need a second opinion. So, you know, I do. I'll share some orb pictures. Like, what do you think about this one? Oh, yeah, that is dust. Yeah, you're right. It is dust.
I'm not mean about it. But if somebody sends me a picture, my first thing is I don't like commenting on or videos or pictures because I wasn't there. I do not know the setup of the area. I don't know the reflective light. I do not know anything that's going on. So my first thing is always going to be dust. You want me to continue and watch the video, I will, but know this beforehand that you can't judge something without knowing the surrounding area, without knowing the detail of what's going on. Yeah, that we can do that come March, April, probably May. Mama Pat's gonna join us on a show called Paranormal Narcissism in May. I think that's what she just said.
We keep trying. You know what? I think we just book her. I think that's what you need to do, Shay. Just schedule her to be on a show, and then she'll have to show up.
You know? I'm telling you.
No, Darren, I actually work for a company here in Cedar Rapids for Collins Aerospace.
There was one, the program. Darren wants to know about Rebecca's program.
Oh, yeah. So I'm doing a paranormal team training. So it's like the extended version of Ghost Hunting 101 into a 4-week course that I'm offering for free starting February 29th.
See? I've shared it. Other people have shared it. And
it's basically the extended version of this. The first week is going to be about basically theory. You know, explaining theory and stuff. It's supposed to be, I'm designing it for people who want to start ghost hunting and just aren't really sure where to start.
Well, if you need any help, let me know. I know there's people, we're having some Wi-Fi issues here, so we're going to wrap this up real quick. Tag me, personally tag me or Paranormal Buzz, and I'll share anything you guys need. Anybody knows that. If you don't tag me or tag Paranormal Buzz, it doesn't get shared. Nothing personal. I don't see it. If you tag me, there's a better chance I'll see it. So, yeah, we're having some... Yes, Rebecca. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're having Wi-Fi issue, guys. Sorry if we're skipping or anything.
I have a slumber party, and I think they might be sucking at my Wi-Fi.
No, I see. I'm watching my Wi-Fi too. That's why I keep going like this, because it's mine's. I lost Wi-Fi the other night and had to cancel the Monday night show. Matt said it was hackers. Hacking.
I'm sure that was it.
I'm sure everybody wants to hack into the Shay Show because, Shay Show.
No, hacking. Awesome. No, the mainstream, Wi-Fi stuff. They're hacking in and stealing or something. I didn't understand. I just said, It was almost like we were together again. It was like, yes, dear. Yes, dear. All right.
Oh, my God, you're horrible.
But I'm honest. I am horrible, but I'm honest. That's you never have to guess. All right, so let's Rebecca, you got anything coming up that you want to share?
Paranormal Team Training starts February 29th. There's a Google form. Message me. I sign up through the Google form. And then Cambry stuff. I'm gearing up for summer. The Paranormal Fair, as I'm calling it, is June 19th and 20th. Well, the fair's the 20th. I'm doing ghost hunts on the 19th and 20th. Kelly's coming. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, I need to come that way soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do. All right, Kelly.
Yep. Yeah.
Short version of where you're going to be. No, it's this is your short months. Go ahead.
This is my short month, so I'm good.
Yeah.
So let's see. On Wednesday, I've got coming up. I'll have Rob Thompson of Ghost Finders on the Realm Walker. We've got our show next Friday night where we'll be doing vampire mythology, I believe.
Yes.
And that's next Friday on Shay's Paranormal Chat. I actually still am not going anywhere until April.
Wow.
I was supposed to potentially be at Malvern Manor tonight, but work did not agree with me going, so that did not work so well. But,
Jeez.
I know that damn muggle job, it gets in the way all the time. All the time. But
I actually have announcements to make.
Oh, go Shay.
I'm kind of I'm slowly getting back into things. And anybody that's listening, I know I've turned down so many shows and stuff, and it's nothing personal. Running this network is a full-time job, and my availability is not what it used to be. So I'm trying to fit some things in there. So March 20th, Matt and I will both be in Hinsdale, New York, at the Hinsdale House with Madison Smith, one of the hosts here, and Dan Class. Casey Cauldron will be here. Will be there with us also. She's going to come out and see us, so we're happy about that. I'm also doing a show in March and April. I know. I don't remember which is which. Watch for updates. One of them will be, I think March is the Double J show, and April is Storming the Unknown. And I have a couple other ones in the works, so,
Awesome. Go Shay.
And I'm getting my toe back in there.
You're awesome.
No, I'm not, but thank you for lying. I love you.
Whatever.
Stop. I am just as happy sitting in my house in a dark room lately. But I'm starting, and once May comes around, I'll start doing some investigations. I just took the winter off, and, my sister's out there working hard and doing adventures and scouting out areas and stuff, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate the time she's let me have off and not giving me a hard time. So, I'm slowly getting back in there. So, anything else, guys? Because it's been like an hour and a half.
That went more.
It did. Always. It went very fast.
Always.
Matt, if you're still in chat, you have like 30 seconds after your 30 seconds of hearing this. Matt's going to be on the Freaking Awesome Show, which is another one I was invited on. I'm going to try to work out. Matt's going to be on a TV show. If he doesn't get it in there real quick, because he sometimes pretends to listen to my show and he's not really listening, and he just throws stuff in chat. Anybody that listens knows that's not exactly true, because he actually answers questions in the chat, but I can make fun of him. I lived with him for 10 years, so if anybody deserves it, it's him. If I don't say it tonight, I will make sure I put it out there next Friday. And it's AP Sylvia, an author for next week on vampire mythology. We're going to discuss the differences between when it started and the differences with mainstream media today. So it's going to be a fun show.
Sounds fun.
It does. And Matt's not answering. I'm stalling. We're hanging up in like 30 seconds, Matt, so you got to get it in. February. I'm like March. It's not March yet. Yes, it is. So,
Go.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, March is a double J. Paranormal right here in Spreaker. That's a Wednesday. Kelly is off. That's why I could book it. March 4th. So.
There's things in the background.
Yeah. All right, so April 18th on Exeter TV, Matt will be on the news talking about all things paranormal and paranormal buzz. And March 2nd will be, I think I might be free March 2nd. Wow.
What?
Oh, no, I might not be. Sorry.
That was short-lived.
It was. I don't have Maddie's schedule yet. I don't know if it's softball season yet. March 2nd. And my mother just messaged me. She's leaving. She's on her way here now. So, woohoo! Thank you, Mama Deb. March 2nd, the freaking awesome show. I believe March 2nd. That's a Monday. Yes, I am free. Sorry, it's a Monday. I am free. It's at 8:30. Now he's saying I'm busy. Fuck my life. It's a Monday. I'm not busy. March 2nd, I believe it's 8:30 Eastern. And it's with Ryan. I know he's a caretaker, if not owner of Cabin on 360. So that's about all I know. That's more information than I usually give out. So that's a lot of information. So I did my best. If I'm wrong, I'll put out an official apology. No, I won't, because I don't care. But
What? Huh?
Oh, Fred, I thought you left. Yes, Fred, that is my fuck my life is what I say when I'm doing dishes. Yes, Rebecca, I know. Rebecca needs to go, guys. She has a sleepover. She's like doing sign language. Hi, kiddo. Tell her she's on TV, and then she'll really freak out.
Oh, and then they'll run screaming, and they'll be gone, and... What?
I do it to my daughter all the time. Yeah, I know. Fred dropped the F-bomb. Wow. I'm telling you, I get mad. I'll go and do my dishes, and I'll mumble, fuck my life, you motherfucker. Fuck you. Like, and my daughter will come in. Who are you talking to? I'm like, the dishes.
Talking to me, okay?
Yeah. That's
I hate
that's why I don't tell people off, because I'm telling my dishes off. So, all right, guys, we'll go. No, they're fine. Trust me, my daughter will come in and be like, "Hey, what's up, bitches?" Not anymore. She's at college, but she used to.
I have shout-outs courtesy of Mama Pat. You guys want this?
Yes,
Look
we
at me
do.
Go.
Thank you. Mama Pat, I love you.
We have Kim, Darren, Tim, Mama Pat, Miss Shay, Matt, Allison, Christopher, Fred, Rebecca, and Mama Deb. Yay!
Woohoo! Man, they were awfully talkative if that's all we had in chat.
I know. I don't think we missed anybody.
No, Mama Pat does not miss anybody.
No, Mama Pat is on the ball.
Oh, yeah, Mama Pat, get everybody there.
I can see we have a few other likes that but they don't talk and chat, and I
yeah.
got yelled at. So, thank you, Darren. If I missed any of your questions, Darren, I am so sorry. I tried to do the best I can, but I have trouble now keeping up in chat. I need to get new glasses, and I'm retarded. Actually, I'm not.
Shush! Oh my gosh!
I'm torn. Like, I can't do 3 things at once.
You are so mean to you.
I know. You know, if I'm mean, you know. Thank you, Darren. Good night. All right, guys, I'm really hanging up this time. All right, you two hold on 1 second, and then I'll let you go.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.
Home. They say it's where the heart is. They also say it's wherever you make it. They don't say it's where you unload your stuff, get tired halfway through unpacking, use some boxes as furniture, realize your oven mitt's in a box that doubles as a nightstand, don't want to buy a new nightstand, and use a towel as an oven mitt instead. But no matter where you call home, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save on renters and car insurance. Easier than grabbing a piping hot pan with a towel that's a bit too thin and trying to quickly get it to the counter. Ooh, hot, 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 hot.
Finding the right person for the job isn't easy. Just ask someone who hired a monster truck driver to deliver pizza.
And the neighbors are going wild. You can hear that engine from a mile away, Fran.
And he's foregoing the driveway and heading right up the lawn and over the azaleas. What a power move.
But if you've got an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can bundle your policies, which could save you hundreds.
With 6-foot tires and a roll cage, this pizza guy could quite literally crush the competition.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, visit geico.com/local today.